About a year ago, Mrs Gorman and I were spending quite a lot of time looking at baby name books for the obvious reason that we were thinking of writing a baby name book. Wanted to see what titles had already been taken, see what the market looked like. A lot of the good names have already been taken, things like an A to Z of baby names, the Complete Book of Baby Names, the Penguin Book of Baby Names, which is not to be confused with the Baby Book of Penguin Names, which is... That's a much shorter book, really. And it's while we were assessing the whole of the baby name book market that I suddenly had a thought. I thought, do you know what, Mrs Gorman? You're pregnant. Why don't we think about a name for our baby while we're doing this, yeah? Double bubble. Now, I'll be honest, we had given it a bit of thought already. Obviously, we're working with the surname Gorman, and we had been thinking of going with something strong and alliterative. We had a short list of Godfrey or Gormilea for a boy, and Gloria or Gertie for a girl. You mock, but Gormilea is a very nice, traditional Irish name, I'll have you know. That was probably our front runner at the time. But even so, we thought getting a book just might broaden our horizons, open us up to new possibilities. But how do you choose which book to get? I mean, there's this one, which is for babies from 2015, which is the type of baby we were having. But then there is also this one, which was available back then for babies in the future. And that is where we thought our baby would largely be living. So, you know, they're both viable options, aren't they? It's very hard to work out what the differences would be between these two books, although it is nice to see all of Angelina Jolie's kids on the covers. That is... It's nice, isn't it? It's very nice. We know that this one was completely revised for 2015, and this one was 100% updated for 2016. But it's really hard to imagine how different they could be. They both say over 8,000 names. Are they crossing some off and adding some new ones in? What names are they getting rid of? Surely these people are getting paid to write the same book every year. I hope the authors, Ella Joines and Mark Woods, are aware of what an amazingly good deal they are on. Now, obviously, as I'm speaking to you now, 2016 is no longer the future. But rest assured, the future is always being catered for, and the 2017 book is already available. It's actually quite interesting to see what's happened to the authorship over the years. 2015, Ella Joines and Mark Woods. They both wrote the book. Ella Joines wrote it and Mark Woods wrote it. 2016, Ella Joines with Mark Woods. Ella wrote it, but she was with him while she wrote it. She wrote it. 2017, just Ella. Ella's worked out that this is not a job for two people. She's given him the old heave-ho. We don't need you. Get out of here. Let's see how different these two books really are. Let's just look at the two most recent. We'll start with Chapter 1, Paragraph 1. OK, they both begin, no matter what your parenting philosophies are, versus no matter what your parenting style ends up being. This is like when you're copying somebody else's homework. You know, a teacher won't notice this is the same essay, I've just changed that and that. This is ridiculous, isn't it? There is one thing that binds all parents everywhere. Naming our babies. Yeah, that's the one thing, isn't it? The one thing that binds us, isn't it? We all have to do it, yeah. I mean, there are some fusspots who go and feed them and clothe them and things like that as well. But naming them, that is the one thing that binds all parents. And there's no reason why it shouldn't be a time of excitement, humour, love and strategy. And there's no reason why it shouldn't be a time of excitement, humour and strategy. That's the big leap for 2017. She's removed the bloody love. I don't know what the relationship between Ella and Mark was, but he's gone and so has the love. The book continues. So let's start our quest for the perfect baby name by looking at what's recently caught the nation's attention. Oh, do go on. Including the royal princess. Interesting. Including the arrival of many a Star Wars baby. Sod off! That's not happened. That is not a thing. Yeah. Oh, what about Ewok Gorman? Knowing how similar these books are makes me love the customers who bought this also bought section for Baby Names 2017. Because one of the things they also bought was Baby Names 2016. Who is buying both of these books? I'd like to buy the same book twice, please, with ever so slightly different wording. This is even better on the also bought, a pregnancy test. People who bought Baby Names 27 also bought a pregnancy. That's a bit cart before the horse, isn't it? Why would anyone buy both of these books? If it is a lot of names you want, don't waste your time with an 8,000 or a 10,000 strong book. Just go straight to 40,000. With the Complete Idiot's Guide to Baby Names. Although you would have to be a complete idiot to buy that when 40,001 Best Baby Names is also available. That's one better. And bear in mind, this isn't just 40,001 names. These are the best names. Which means there were other names deemed not good enough for this book. But 40,001 names luckily made the cut. Are you starting to think that maybe you can have too many? That's certainly the impression I got when I read some of the reviews for this book. I am not often moved to write a review on something I bought, but I was very disappointed. You would be better off with a decent book with a tenth of the names. Most of them are so ridiculous. Would you call your child... Are you ready for this? You think you are, but you're not. I promise you, you're not. Ponce, Napoleon, Spunk, Wind. Ponce, Napoleon, Spunk, Wind. That's for the boys, obs. It's off the boys. Obviously, that's just for the boy. You wouldn't call a girl Napoleon, would you? That'd be ridiculous. And then for the girls, Scally, Fog, Fructose, and Pug. To name but a few. Blimey, blimey. Here's another one-star review for you. Anyone out there want to call their child? Wait for it. Chopo, Camp, Prop, Danger, Boat, Blocker, Schmoopy, Dill, Hun, or Spider. Danger, danger. Mum, can I go to a friend's house after school? Which friend? Danger. No. No, you can't. You can't have Danger as a name, can you? I mean, as a middle name. Maybe as a middle name. Maybe. But not as a first name. Now, to be fair, it is easy to pick through the one-star reviews of anything, but my favourite review of this book is actually slap bang in the middle. It is a 3-star review that actually succeeds in making me feel sorry for the author. I love it when people do this on Amazon. A lot of the names are repeated under different group headings. OK, so far, so whatever, you know? The book itself was very grubby, with bits of food stuck in all the pages. Totally disgusting. That is not the author's fault, is it? She didn't put food in the book, did she? Spunk, yes, but not food. You bought a second-hand book, presumably from a new parent. Everything a new parent owns has got bits of food stuck in it right now. I don't think I am going to be reading Diane Stafford's 40,001 Best Baby Names. I don't think that's on my radar. I think I'm probably going to skip past her other book, the big book of 60,000 baby names, as well. How on earth is it possible for her to come up with another 19,999 names? She's going to have to come up with more Wind and Spunk and that... Well, that sounds awful, that. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about baby... Oh, that sounds worse. Oh. But we are. It's not my fault, we are. I think somewhere between 1 and 40,001 is probably a more sensible place to be. What you're looking for, really, is quality and not quantity. You want someone to have done an edit for you already, don't you? Which is why I found myself drawn to this particular book, Baby Names, The Way They Should Be Organised. That's more like it, isn't it? It's got over 3,000 names. That's a manageable number, and a title that suggests an author who has taken control of the situation. I like that. This is the one myself and Mrs Gorman bought. Now, the first thing I noticed when I opened the book was this. Next on the agenda, are you really considering naming your child Gorman Leia? Well, yes, actually, we were. Yeah. You got a problem with that?